weight division. In the red corner, coming out of Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Can you hear me now?
Record of 9-1-1 with 2 knockouts. 5'10" tall, weighed in at 181 pounds. Welcome, Mike Winkeljohn. Winkeljohn. His corner man and trainer is Mr. Bill Packer. And in the blue corner, from fighting with a record of 25-1 with 23 knockouts, 27 years old, he stands 6 foot tall, 180 pounds. He is the Cruiserweight World Champion, the Terminator, Alexio.
All right, can you hear the handheld? Can you hear me?
And Bill Packer says that if Winkeljohn hits Alexio, he is going to drop him. Alexio was dropped in his last fight here in Denver against Lowell Nash, and Packer thinks he knows how to beat Alexio and end the run of the Terminator and make a name, an instant name, for Mike Winkeljohn in the Cruiserweight division. You might call this the test before the quest, as Alexio is hoping to get rid of Winkeljohn tonight in fashion and make Denver sit up and take notice and go on and take the heavyweight and then the super heavyweight titles.
Yes. Alexio is not only looking at disposing of Winkeljohn, he's looking at moving up hopefully in June and capturing the heavyweight division and then following up with the super heavyweight.
We're ready for the start of tonight's fight. Alexio in black, Winkeljohn in red, and Winkeljohn comes out with the lead leg kick. No damage done yet. Winkeljohn's aggressive. He slips. He's a little bit excited. He wants to get some respect early. Alexio is a very cool customer, known for hanging back, Miguel, in the early rounds and measuring his opponents. He gets those leg kicks up nicely.
Yes, he does. And like I said, he's got a lot of talent. He's very patient. He doesn't try to force the action. He just waits for the right time, makes things happen.
Nice quick left jab up top by Alexio, and he's a devastating combination of talent. He is probably the strongest man at his weight. He may be stronger than most of the heavyweights. He's only 182. Heavyweight goes up to 195. And he's probably the smartest fighter in his division. He really understands, has a feeling for the game. He's no dummy. He's got a junior college degree. He's smart outside the ring and played some college football. One of the schools after him was Brown University to come on, played for a 4-year school, and that's Ivy League. That shows some brains. He's a good talker. He's an unusual combination for a fighter. He's got a lot going for him. A good-looking guy who's made 2 movies now. Alexio to the attack. Excuse me, to the attack. No damage done early, but Winkeljohn is not intimidated. He's in this fight.
Well, Winkeljohn knows that he's got to force the action. He's got to make it happen because he just can't lay back and wait for the Terminator, because that's why he got his nickname.
And Alexio with that round kick. He's got so much power, and he does it so easily. Very strong, but Winkeljohn is not giving ground. Battling inside, the left hand comes up and then around with the hook for Alexio. Whoa, peppering him with that left.
Yes, good hook kick and roundhouse combination off the same leg, although they missed.
Winkeljohn digging the body, and a left hand up catches a jaw inside of Winkeljohn. And he knows he's in with a very strong fight. You can just see Alexio with that hand around behind the neck, pulling Winkeljohn around. Finished 1 movie. He's going to Italy later this year to do a 2nd movie. And there are a lot of parts in Hollywood, apparently, for a guy who's a karate stylist and a good-looking guy besides. We come out for round 2. Alexio on a quest to prove something here, that he's ready to take on the heavyweights and the super heavyweights, fighting Mike Winkeljohn, 24 years old, out of Albuquerque, looking to make a quick name for himself against Alexio, the Terminator. It's non-title, 7 rounds. We're in the 2nd round.
And Winkeljohn a little bit awkward, but nonetheless trying to be as effective as he can.
Winkeljohn's corner, Bill Packer, an excellent judge of talent and a producer of very, very tough seasoned fighters, usually much better than even their records, which are impressive. World champions and impressive contenders like John Moncaro and Davey Johnson. They feel that Alexio drops his head down and is susceptible to uppercuts, and sometimes when he kicks, he drops his hands, and that's why he got hit and knocked down during his world title defense in Denver in August by Lowell Flash Nash.
Yes, he did, man. In the second round, he just came back and disposed of Nash very handily, very easily, and he caught Winkeljohn with a spinning back fist.
And he took the round kick on the ribs and spun and landed a big back fist, but Winkeljohn is tough. He's not giving ground.
No, but it looks like now Alexio's turning the tide of the fight. He's taking command of it, and he's just very patiently wearing down Winkeljohn, picking his shots and making each one of them count.
They weighed in at close to the same weight, but whoa!
And he's down with a spinning back fist.
Back fist. Spinning back fist and the count by Ronnie Maestas. Winkeljohn nailed. His nose is bloody, but he's game to continue.
And Winkeljohn's legs are not there. His legs are turned to jello, and he's very hurt. And now the Terminator will come out and do his thing.
And he'll try to do it carefully. Left hands, right hands up and around. Now, though, again, the left hand. And end of round two, the bell saves a staggered Mike Winkeljohn, who was down in the third round.
Yes, and Winkeljohn's corner complaining about grabbing and hitting with the uppercut by Alexio. Spins around and catches him very high up on the temple with the spinning back.
All right, third round about to begin. Dennis Alexio, the Terminator, and you can see how devastatingly quick he can put opponents away. 23 knockouts in 25 fights. He was a high school athletic star, three-year letterman in 3 sports. His father was a high school coach, basketball, football, and baseball. In football, he was all-state in California at junior college, 220-pound middle linebacker before he took the weight off to fight. He was bulked up at that point. He threw the baseball 93 miles per hour. The Dodgers were interested in signing him at one point, but he fell in love with contact karate, and he's become a world champion. It's an individual sport, and he likes it.
Well, he's found his home here, contact karate, and he does it very well.
He doesn't have to worry about the defensive back giving up the long touchdown pass after he pressures the quarterback. He's on his own in there, and he likes it. Left hand by Winkeljohn, and he has come out to make a fight of it here in the third round.
Well, Winkeljohn has to give it all he has now. He's been down in the previous round, and he knows that Alexio's not going to get any easier.
So far, we haven't seen Winkeljohn be able to nail Alexio for leaving his head in, susceptible to those uppercuts like the Packer corner had hoped.
Well, a lot of times corners think that when a fighter brings his head down, he's susceptible to uppercuts. But one thing Alexio does is he has his chin in, and they can't get a good shot at his chin with that uppercut.
Right hook by Winkeljohn, his best punch, but he took one just as good when he delivered it. Alexio also digging that back leg right round kick to the ribs of Winkeljohn. He can kick hard, he can punch hard. His trainer, Al Legardo, fought for Dick Sadler, the famous boxing trainer. Alexio handles his own karate training, and his boxing trainer, Al Legardo, says that he has the feet of a fighter. A lot of karate fighters fight with very different feet than fighters. No adjustment, no problem with balance or keeping those legs up in the air for Alexio. He has a boxer's legs, and that's an unusual combination.
That's true, and Alexio also does boxing on the side. I believe he's got 10 pro fights. And we were talking about the other day that he has gotten some of the upper body motion of a previous 3-time world champion, world boxing champion, Wilfredo Benitez when he was in his prime.
Oh, right hand up, punishing Winkeljohn, and that blood from Winkeljohn's nose is smearing all over Alexio's cheek inside. That's how close they are. A lot of blood now starting to come from the nose of Winkeljohn. He's in a tough guy, and he tears off with that left hand, but he can't get any respect yet from Alexio, the world cruiserweight champion, non-title 7-rounder.
Hey.
That's right. These are highly trained athletes. This is not for kidding around. Kicking, you can really hurt somebody. Punching, you can really hurt somebody. Winkeljohn still trying to get some respect, is still throwing those kicks in there. He is game. Left hand landed by Winkeljohn, his best punch of the fight. Alexio comes flying off the ropes and slows himself down. Alexio kicking in close. A lot of glove on that right round kick. Winkeljohn attacking. Bill Packer says that his fighters, in his American Kempo style, he trains them according to the way they live outside the ring, what their personality is, what their body language is, and the body language of Mike Winkeljohn, as demonstrated here, is aggressive. And so he's made Winkeljohn an aggressive fighter.
Yes, he has, and one comment I'd like to add, Winkeljohn has been trouble getting fights. People just don't want to fight him. 10 of his last fights have been canceled because no one wanted to get in the ring with him. And you can see why. He's trying to give Alexio a run for his money.
Good left hand and a good right hand early in that exchange by Alexio. And these are two guys made for each other because, as we mentioned earlier, the only thing that has kept Alexio from being more spectacular than he is that it's hard for him to find someone to get in the ring. You heard him say, I respect this guy just for getting in the ring with me. And one of the reasons, as he punishes Winkeljohn against the ropes up there with his hands, is that he has retired about half of his victims. About half of the 23 wins, those fighters have never fought again.
And I'd like to add that 10 of his 23 KOs have been by a kick knockout. So Alexio does have power not only in his hands but in his feet, a well-rounded fighter.
Both men still fighting hard, nobody giving ground, like an axe kick.
Yes, good. It seemed to be a rising front kick. He just picked it up and waited for Winkeljohn to just step right into it.
It looked like this fight might end early, but Mike Winkeljohn is degree in college and then left the whole football thing behind, decided not to go to a four-year school. After 3 months, he was fighting and winning point tournaments. In 8 months as a white belt, he got in the ring in a full contact fight with a black belt with a string of knockouts in kickboxing, survived, won a decision, had his hand raised, the adrenaline flowed, and that was it. Here he is, world champion today. His next 15 fights were by knockouts. Alexio now pressed back against the ropes by a very game and aggressive Mike Winkeljohn.
And a low kick by Alexio there, not intentional, but nonetheless a spinning low kick.
And Ron Mace is checking with the judges on that low kick. There are a lot of different angles to see a fight out. We've seen some fights tonight scored differently by different judges. You can really see a different fight at different angles. So 3 judges are at different angles of the ring, judging and helping officiate this fight. Oh, nice left kick to the head. Left hand up, punishing that nose, which has flowed with blood earlier. And now he digs the body. Mace is telling him to keep your head up. Spinning back fist, dropped him. Right hand, spinning back fist, and Winkeljohn is down again.
And he's up very quickly. What a game competitor. And what a fight we've offered here tonight in Denver.
Alexio takes the right hand. He almost got careless. Winkeljohn had him on the spin there. And Winkeljohn digs the body. Alexio will be careful now. Try to pick the shot without getting wild. But Mike Winkeljohn is surviving here midway through the 5th round. Down twice. I don't think I've given him a round on my card, but he's still in there, taking punishment from Alexio.
He should get a lot of credits for guts, that's for sure. Everything's bloodied, but he still keeps coming on, and a lot of heart. Mike Winkeljohn.
Alexio breaking the fight is you can't clinch in karate. They won't let you hold and punch like in boxing. Pro boxing, you can hold one hand and punch free with the other hand. Right hand up on that nose, a left round kick on the nose again.
And Alexio coming in with a string of body punches, wearing down his opponent.
Right hand. Winkeljohn's in a little bit of trouble against those ropes. He's got to punch out of it or kick out of it. He smiles when he gets out of that clinch and goes to his corner, and he survives the 5th round, and it's getting a little tougher out there, but he's got 2 more to go.
What a character, that Mike Winkeljohn. And you have to take into consideration once he's coming in with those body punches. He was using the uppercut very effectively, and as you see now, he came with the spinning back fist and dropped his opponent.
Surprise. If anything, the altitude should favor Mike Winkeljohn, who comes out of New Mexico, which is a high-altitude state. Winkeljohn out of Albuquerque.
Yes, well, it seemed that Alexio was affected maybe the first round, a little slow starting off. After that, it's been, well, first round, and from then on, all Alexio, but he has just been pouring it on ever since.
Alexio digging those shots into the ribs. They're loud. And the right hook to the kidneys draws some respect. Winkeljohn charging in behind a lead left foot. Oh, right hand counter over the leg by Alexio was a beauty. He gets those punches off short and crisp. And now Winkeljohn the aggressor. Alexio backing up, looking for that big shot.
I think a lot of credit has to go to Mike Winkeljohn. He's got quite a chin. He's been taking everything that the champion Alexio has, and he's still up there giving it everything he's got. Although he's been completely outclassed, he's still giving it everything he's got.
He is a game and a tough competitor, physically very strong. We haven't seen where he could hit hard enough to drop Alexio and gain a lot of respect here. But we have seen him as a guy with a lot of mobility for a big man. He's got quick hands and quick feet. He's good on his feet, and a lot of big guys can't get around the ring and move, especially forward, the way Mike Winkeljohn does.
He continues to come forward, Michael. It's incredible. After taking so much punishment, Alexio's other opponents have gone down. Mike Winkeljohn continues to come forward, and a great front kick by the champion Alexio.
This could end, nice left round kick to the head. And if Alexio doesn't take Winkeljohn out, it could end a string of about 5, I think 6 straight knockouts for Alexio that he's on right now. Digging the left to the body and the right to the body. Last show, he got off the deck out on his feet. The next round came out and just knocked out Lowell Flash Nash, a ranked contender.
Winkeljohn with the kick, and he smiles as Alexio just continues to pummel him. Here they are tying up quite a bit. Winkeljohn continues. There was that front kick and a second front kick that sent Winkeljohn back. Continued by a roundhouse kick and a series of punches.
Mike Winkeljohn on his comeback after we say give me up the sport. His last fight was in Jackpot, Nevada, where he knocked out a good Colorado fighter. A lot of people will know from here, Rip Washington, good middleweight out of Fort Collins. Winkeljohn says he's a nice guy, except in the ring. And he owns a franchise for one of the 30 Bill Packer American Kempo Academy studios in Albuquerque. He's a business major at the University of New Mexico. He'll be getting his degree shortly. And he just feels he's maturing as a fighter and a businessman. Nice left kick.
Well, it's all business in the ring tonight with Dennis Alexio, the Terminator. And Dennis Alexio hasn't been able to terminate Mike Winkeljohn, but he certainly has outclassed him tonight.
That's a good string of puns you strung together there, Miguel. And it's all business tonight as he learns the karate business from the champion. As Alexio drives him back towards his corner, he's been in trouble in the corners before. Last round, Alexio predicted the knockout, said it was fact before this fight. He's going to be going for it in the final minute of action here in the 7th round of a non-title cruiserweight bout here. The world champion in black, Alexio, the Terminator.
And Winkeljohn speaking to Alexio and coming forward. It's going to be great to see these two against each other once again. Alexio with a good left hook.
Good left hook, Miguel, and now he brings the left hand up, working on that nose, and that's got to be an awful sore spot for Mike Winkeljohn. It's flowed blood almost throughout the entire fight, and Alexio's made it a special target.
And although with the bloody nose, you would think it would slow down his breathing, but he's still coming on strong. Catches the left shot.
You can see how strong Alexio is. He says the heavyweights are not stronger than I am. His trainer puts him his natural strength at least 10 pounds above his 182-pound weight. When he goes after the heavyweight champion, which we expect he'll do if this fight continues the way it's going, he'll be giving away perhaps 10 pounds. He doesn't expect to add a lot of weight. He figures that he's just strong enough to do it on his own. Beautiful kick, Miguel.
Good hook kick to the back of the head, and the fight is ended.
And Alexio hugs Winkeljohn, waves to the crowd, and he met a tough man tonight. He couldn't take him out. I don't think there's any doubt, though, about how this decision will go.
To me, it's a complete shutout, but a lot of credit has to be given to Mike Winkeljohn, who has given it everything he's got. It came in superb physical conditioning.
All right, and the escorts will make their way.
And I'll make my way with the escort.
No, you stay here with me. I know you're a tough guy, but I don't know if you want to fight Alexio over these women. But we'll stay right here. There he is, the champion, with his trainer, Al Lagardo. Let's take a look right now at Alexio.
Alexio has Winkeljohn in the corner. And he's tying him up effectively, using his kicks and punches. He's going to catch him with a series of kicks and continues to dominate. Winkeljohn, a very game competitor, as you can see.
Alexio, originally from Castro Valley, California, actually now living and having grown up in Vacaville, although he's basing himself out of Denver after signing with ISKA promoter Karen Turner. A war between the sanctioning bodies. We should say something about the ISKA. In a short year, it isn't even 12 months, replacing the PKA, which was broken up into different splinter factions. They are by far the most active sanctioning body in the world. Trainer Al Lagardo raising the championship belt. And Miguel, we have an announcement from the Shin Karate Studios.
That's right. For everyone who comes in, the first 50 people to come in to join the Shin Karate and Fitness Center, located in Marina Square in Denver, will receive a free uniform and a free T-shirt from the Shin Karate and Fitness Center. And limited quantities on the T-shirts, so hurry, wait the kids for them.
Okay, are we ready for tonight's decision? Yes, let's get it from Paul DeBaca.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the decision. Judge A scores the fight 63-69. Judge B scores the fight 61.5-70. Judge C scores the fight 63-70. Your winner of tonight's main event, Dennis the Terminator Alexio.
Alexio the Terminator wins the World Cruiserweight Champion. And an interesting match, and I'm not unhappy to see it. But one round on one judge's card went to the challenger. Well, he is the challenger because not a title fight. Went to Mike Winkeljohn. He actually won a round on one card.
Yes, and well, like I said, that's what we have 3 judges for, because everyone views it a little different. I personally saw Alexio winning all the rounds, but nothing should be taken away from Mike.